Hello, welcome to Wyndwolf Puppets Podcast, Halloween edition. My plan was this big, decorated, amazing thing. Well, we've got my dragon and, some things. But life lifed all over my life. And yeah, next year I'll do a really amazing thing. But today I have some things to do. And I got some cool stuff today from a friend. She'd hoped it'd get here in time. And so I'm actually going to use this to do the last showing. Honestly, the first showing, because all the others no one ever showed up to, of the Haunted Pumpkin Patch. So I'm going to make a puppet between now and Sunday when I have that show. And I'm going to do that show. And I'm going to video that show. And I'm going to use this to make ribbons all over that show. So yeah, that's coming up. And I got that going on. And I'll get that last little bit of Halloween in the door right before the holiday shows, which are not as fun as the Halloween one. And I realized that the other winter one that I decided to make requires it be dark. Oh well, more things to offer. Nighttime puppet shows. I'll need glow-in-the-dark puppets. So what I thought I would do is show you guys what we do for Halloween. Halloween has been a difficult thing as a mother. I love Halloween. I loved my Eeyore costume when I was in college. I still have my Eeyore ears and tail. They're packed away right now. But I love Halloween. It is purely for fun. And this book, John Pig's Halloween, was our favorite when the kids were little. I don't know where we even got it. My friend recently found me this used one. And it's, just a second. It's a wonderful story. I don't know. Is it reasonable to read it? It's by Jan L. Waldron. Pictures by David McPhail. I don't even think it's in print anymore. It was originally printed in 1998. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. That's another reason we loved books. So got John Pig up here in the corner. It was cool and hazy on Halloween night. The silvery moon shed a ghostly white light as the fog billowed in and bats flitted about. Trick-or-treat piggies got dressed to step out. Two of the pigs made a long flowing cape with safety pins, thread, and some shiny black tape. Another smeared rouge on the beaming brown face of a piggy whose ears were wrapped in red lace. One of the pigs wore a huge rubber nose, suspenders with knickers and blue checkered hose. A tiny chic pig donned a towering chapeau, then finished things off with a tangerine bow. I love the language in this. It's just wonderful. But oh, who's this? These guys are all dressing and oh, so sad. Who's that? In masks and warm jackets and long floppy shoes, the boisterous piggies perfected their boos. But one silent piggy, whose first name was John, just sat in the shadows with no costume on. Oh, John. He suffers from anxiety, maybe agoraphobia. A lot of us know what that's like. Let's move it. Let's roll. Where's your bag and disguise? I'm not going, John said. Go without me, you guys. Not going, they howled. Wouldn't they snort? Did we hear you right? I'm tired, said John. I'll stay home tonight. Oh, poor John. We all know what that's like. So the gussied up piggies all bid John adieu as they rushed to the doorway and crowded on through. But John wasn't tired. He was nervous and scared. He would have dressed up and gone out if he dared. Seeing all his friends leaving. All of us know what that's like. When no treaters called or were even in sight, John feared he was in for a long, lonely night. So he pulled a fat pumpkin from deep in the pile and carved out a face with a wide, jagged smile. Then he thought he heard grumbling outside the door and saw wavering spirits float up through the floor. And when a dark shadow swept past his nose, John dove under the table and shivered and froze. Kaboom! Came a bang and a loud, piercing yelp. Had somebody crashed who needed his help? He heard a loud long moan, and the door seemed to creak. Who was outside? Did he dare take a peek? Yeah, I think we've all been there too, especially if you're a night dweller. When he did, what he saw was a striped yellow-eyed cat, and a small crumpled witch in a banged-up black hat. What happened? Gasped John. Are you here for a treat? Of course, said the witch without skipping a beat. But these steps are too dark. Where's your Halloween light? Just a minute, said John. This will brighten the night. That's better, she said. Now the others can see. So where are the goodies for Kitty and me? We have long curly ribbons of red licorice and crystal rock candy right here in this dish. Yuck, the witch scowled. You call that a treat? You need savory snacks that real monsters can eat. As she zoomed round the room with her broomstick and cat, she spied leftover pumpkin and said, Don't waste that. We can make a molasses and spiced pumpkin pie, salt seeds and toast them till crispy and dry.
Oh my goodness. It was just killed.
Ah! Interruptions in our story. It's okay. They loved this story when they were little. But, oh, wait, how'd we end up backwards? Okay, where were we? Okay. Salt seeds and toast them till crispy and dry. So put on an apron and go wash your hands. Then get out some bowls and a dozen round pans. Have you got any apples? Any cinnamon sticks? Find what I need and I'll show you some tricks. A little distressing to have somebody flying around above your head with a cat like that. John and the witch began... Oh, there's some kid fingerprints on this. John and the witch began sifting and stirring. She cracked the eggs as the blender was whirring. He scooped out pumpkin and mashed it all up. She mixed heaps of sugar and cream in a cup. He rolled out the dough for the tarts and the pies, while the witch made witch cookies with raisins for eyes. Now we are cooking, she said with a grin. Open the oven, we've got food to put in. Soon more trick-or-treaters began to stop by. They'd seen the lit pumpkin and smelled the warm pie. They're my pals, the witch whispered in John's ear. They're loud and they're messy, but nothing to fear. Trick-or-treat, howled the callers. Bring on the fun. John offered them seeds, since the pies were not done. Stressing having eggs flying around, cracking themselves. Yeah, John Pig clearly has anxiety disorders. When the Halloween goodies were ready to eat... you can hear the monsters in the background. When the Halloween goodies were ready to eat, the noisy crowd drooled and tripped over their feet. A man in a cape from his ears to his toes smeared cream on his chin and some more on his nose. A wild, woolly werewolf who howled at the moon slurped pie from a bowl with a big wooden spoon. Got a big centerfold spread. Green tongue. Kind of like a cream goatee. Bible and Fizzgig going at it, just running around, playing. Ooh, another big spread. While the witch and a wizard slow waltzed through the air, a slimy green creature slipped right off its chair and oozed in between dirty discoing brutes who had spiders with webs on their crusty white suits. As this ghostly group danced and chowed down on his food, a beaming John Pig was caught up in the mood. Sometimes we can forget our anxiety. Okay. I wish you could stay and this party could last. Me too, gushed the witch. This bash was a blast. But I'm sorry to say that our gang must head back while the moon is still out and the sky is still black. Oh, sorry. Picture. Oop, they're heading out the door. Meantime, come on, turn, page, turn. So they're heading out the back. And guess who's coming in the front? There's always next year, next Halloween. We'll come back for a visit and check out the scene. John's housemates returned with stuffed bags and cold toes, with popsicle noses and lopsided bows. Poor John, they all said. He has really missed out. He skipped Halloween and been lonely, no doubt. Yikes, said the pigs as they spotted John's pies. They could not believe their tired pink eyes. Welcome home, said John Pig. Would you care for some mousse, persimmon plum pie, or my spiced apple juice? Our house is so cozy, the aroma so pleasing. We're so tuckered out from our trick-or-treat teasing. John offered his housemates fat muffins with cream, orange-striped sundaes, and pumpkin supreme. Look at this kitchen, there's so much to eat. Yum, cooed the pigs as they downed one last treat. I don't have a quiet house, sorry about that. Oh, picture. That page likes to stick. Okay, so there we go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yummy, yummy, yummy stuff. So the witch essentially taught him to be a dessert maker. Okay. Heck is. Okay, John opened the pumpkin and blew out the light. He covered the cakes and called it a night. He climbed up the stairs and crawled into bed with visions of goblins and ghosts in his head. In the dark, he slept soundly, no longer afraid, and dreamed of the many new friends that he'd made. They all go up. He's so happy now. He got to also do things for his friends. Or siblings. I'm not sure what they are. And the end. I don't know. That's a little creepy. I couldn't sleep with that there. But there's his new friends. So we had this book. And we read it, we loved it. We like really artistic holiday books. We would collect them. It's a little weird to not be collecting them anymore, but I occasionally still see one and get one. Like Santa's Twin. That's a fun one. If I can find it, we'll read that for Christmas. But it came down to we don't do trick-or-treating. My kids have trouble with red dye. Not an unusual issue in this day and age. And I needed to control their food because a whole month of them turning into demons because of Halloween was not advantageous for our lives, nor for Thanksgiving. So we started doing stuff at home. We'd do games. We'd do door-to-door bedroom trick-or-treating, older kids for younger kids. We'd invite friends, do some fun stuff. But this year, I decided to do something new. So I have made, they're not finished, my daughter's making crochet leaves, pumpkin leaves with an initial. She did stars for our stockings, so I thought I'd do this. So it's going to be drawstring, and then they're not the best. And yes, they'll be better when they're stuffed. But we are going to load these. Now I've got kisses, and that's like the filler. But Choco Yums, gluten-free licorice. I'm probably gonna put that in the pumpkin. This is Little Sours. These are all natural. They are egg-free, gluten-free, shellfish-free, fish-free, peanut-free, tree nut-free, soy-free, dairy-free, sesame-free. They're like food-free. Food-free food. That's Giggles and Chewies. So these are all natural versions of our favorites. Sadly, they don't have candy corns. They haven't been able to do candy corns for a couple years because ingredient issues. I don't know when they'll come back, but they still have egg in them, so I can't eat them. So I take these and I'm going to fill up these bags. I thought about doing it on screen, but it just takes a lot of time of city nitpickiness. And then I am going to deliver these to my family members and say, Happy John Picks Halloween. One of my kids is going off with friends. Another's at work. I've got tons to do. We never get trick-or-treaters, ever. Never got trick-or-treaters. We might have once in one house, but we just don't live where there's trick-or-treaters. But this is how we have fun as a family. As a person, I hope to start doing my stuff soon, and it involves a whole month of spooky fun. And I have a werewolf puppet that I've been hoping to make, 2 actually. a really creepy one and a really fun one. And I'll probably sell one of them, both of them. I don't know. They're not my kind of puppet that I prefer. But I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I got to make them. I had ordered the material to be able to make them a few years back while I was working on a haunted house. But the fabric got delayed and screwed up and arrived after Halloween and the haunted house. So, but I would like to even put on a haunted house at some point, or a masquerade ball. I really want to do a masquerade ball. So, happy Johnny Pigs Halloween to you all, and have fun. Enjoy this holiday of pure play, and I will be back next week with thoughts on something else. I'm not actually sure what it will be. Oh, the box. There's the box. I'm not sure what it will be about because I'm kind of rebooting a lot of things, but it might be able to be exactly about my path and plan. So in some way it will relate to my path and plan. I will have a change of scarf. Someday I will get more than just this one Halloween scarf. Someday. And be safe, everyone. And don't stop creating. And don't forget to ask yourself, does this support the life I'm trying to create? Keep creating. Bye.